So the theme this month that I'll be looking at on the APG website is how can the findings from psychology be applied to advertising? I think this is a really interesting area to focus on because at the heart of it, psychology and especially social psychology are all about how we make decisions. Now, at the heart of advertising, that's what we're essentially trying to do for all our clients, getting to decide to pay a bit more for our brands or to choose our brand over someone else's. And I think in the same way that we'd be slightly sceptical about a doctor who didn't have any interest or any knowledge of physiology, or an engineer who didn't have any knowledge of Newtonian physics, I think in the same way we should be slightly sceptical about planners who have no interest at all in psychology. Now, although it isn't, it's got academic roots, it's not a complicated or abstract or abstruse topic. The findings from it are very, very practical. It informs who we should target, the moments that we should reach them, and the messages that are going to be most convincing. And best of all, for advertising, it doesn't insist on one big grand theory. There's lots of different biases that you can apply depending on your problem. And I think that's essential because advertising is essentially too broad to have a single one-size-fits-all approach. So over the 4 weeks, there are a few different themes I was going to talk about, including why we should be slightly sceptical about claim data and what we can do to get better observed or behavioural data, why we shouldn't just rely on target audiences and we should spend as much time thinking about target contexts, and then also look at maybe some of the less well-known biases. There's a lot of discussion about things like social proof or framing, but I also wanted to look into areas like the pratfall effect or Festing's idea of confirmation bias. And then finally, perhaps looking at, why isn't psychology being applied more and around issues maybe of its practical use and ethics.